Behind a monastery wall, where the evening turned gold, the garden grew secrets nobody told. Roots beneath roses, herbs beneath rain, knowledge in silence, returning again. A scholar kept notes by the flickering flame, not searching for fortune, not chasing a name. He measured the leaves, studied seeds in the ground, looking for patterns that nobody found. The mortar was stone, the table was oak, the room smelled of herbs and the dust of old books. A vessel of copper, a furnace of flame, a page full of symbols without a known name. He whispered of elixirs, transformation and change, of substances altered inside something strange. But the garden outside was already performing the greatest experiment. The seed became a stem became green, green became flowers that nobody had seen. A frog by the fountain, a moth by the door, a serpent beneath the old wooden floor. Every creature became part of the tale, every strange shadow became something to scale. The alchemist stared at the moon through a window of glass. He asked, "What is transformation?" The garden answered, "Everything." The dead leaf becomes soil, the soil feeds the seed becomes life, life becomes memory, memory becomes knowledge, and knowledge becomes story. He turned another page, there were recipes for dyes, descriptions of plants, observations of minerals, and strange little diagrams. Some were accurate, some were guesses, some belonged to belief, some belonged to imagination, but all of them revealed one thing: people have always tried to understand the unknown. They named what frightened them, they measured what fascinated them, they invented explanations when answers were still beyond them. That's where the real mystery begins, not in the potion, not in the spell, but in the human need to ask what happens next. The room grew colder, the candle began to shake. The garden outside looked different beneath the moon. The flowers seemed darker, the trees seemed taller, the old stone walls looked like they had moved. Then a rhythm entered, slow, heavy danger, like footsteps underneath the earth. I walked through the garden, heard the leaves speak, not words, patterns, the same language the scholar had spent his lifetime seeking. Grooves, decay, gift, return, everything transforming, everything becoming something else. And suddenly the alchemist's greatest discovery wasn't hidden inside a bottle, it was outside a laboratory. It was growing, it was breathing, it was dying, it was beginning again. The garden didn't need magic, the garden was magic, not supernatural, not impossible. Energy moving while humanity tried to understand it. Then the beat became sharper, boom bap through the laboratory walls. Copper vessels shaking, ancient pages flying, ink turning into verses. The scholar disappeared into the smoke, but his questions remained. That's how knowledge survives, not because every answer is correct, because somebody keeps asking, somebody keeps searching. Somebody walks into the darkness with a candle and a notebook and refuses to stop. So let the old myths breathe, let the strange stories live, let the witches dance inside the margins of history. Let the frog become a symbol, let the elixir become a metaphor, let the garden become the art card, because every culture has its own way of explaining mystery, and every generation gets another chance to understand it. The mortar becomes rhythm, the manuscript becomes rhyme, the laboratory becomes a stage, and the old alchemist's garden becomes a place where history and imagination meet in the same frame. No potion can bring the past back, no spell can freeze time, but a story can. A story can cross centuries, a story can survive fire, a story can cross borders, a story can become music. And when the final candle dies, the garden keeps growing. Roots beneath the ruins, seeds beneath the stone, knowledge beneath the silence, waiting for somebody to find it again. Lyrisk Vanvid, Sektor, turn the page, experiment from rumors.